What is up, guys? It's your boy Stevo again. I'm back here again with another video review. And before I go on, I would like to thank pretty much all my subscribers that have been coming onto the channel, hitting that like button, making comments, and I've been trying to get back with y'all guys as soon as I can. But we'll go ahead and go on with the review. Today I got the Tomoquads CSX, and it's pretty much your toothpick like primo type builds. It's an ultralight build, but this is pretty much Tomoquads version of his, and I gotta say I really love this, really love it a lot. The power to rate ratio is just out of this world on 3-inch props, and it also runs 65mm props. The 3-inch prop is where it's at with this build, and what I would recommend you fly it on. Of course, the 65mm props, it flies great too. But I'm gonna go ahead and go on with pretty much the build parts and what I have on this build. So first of all, we got the HQ 3x3 bi-blade props, and we have the 1103 Hyperlight 8K motors, and they run very smooth. They do have a little bit of a notch to them. They do run a little bit warmer than normal, but it's nothing to it's nothing to get worried over about, or they don't get hot unless you run 3S. So these motors will get hot on 3S. But the frame is about 2mm thick, and it's stiff. It has a good stiffness in it and a good flex to it. I've crashed this about a handful of times, and I have yet to break it. I've crashed about a couple of times on the concrete. But yeah, we're gonna talk about what kind of flight controller I got on here, and it's the Geprc 12-amp ESC. And the ESC, I really like it a lot. It's really robust. The FETs on this FC is really nice, and it's gonna be my go-to from here on out. I don't know if they make one with the RX in it already. Also, we got the Runcam Nano 2. Another first time that I'm using this, and that I really like. I had the Runcam Nano Racer, but it's kind of on the expensive side. It's about 35 bucks, and this is $19.99, so I couldn't pass it up. I had to try it out, and I like it, and pretty much going to be using it. So I'm running the Unify Nano 32, which I really love. It's the first time using it. I was usually using the Nano Cricket, and I swapped out to this one, and yeah, I really like it. On 25 milliwatts, it puts out a really great signal, and I still got to unlock it so I can take advantage of the other maybe 400 milliwatt, which is really like a 300 milliwatts, they say. But yeah, it was my first time using it. I usually use the Unifies on my 5-inch rigs, but yeah, it's super small, super teeny, and it's perfect for these types of builds. We're gonna talk about what's underneath here. It comes with these 2 battery holders right here, which I didn't really use because I was testing out different batteries on this build. So I just put a rubber band, and I put my usual foam on here. Yeah, the props, I'm gonna talk about the props. Yes, I had one of these flip off on me because I was trying these different props right here and going back and forth and trying to see what I like better. And while I was just taking these on and off and just testing, props got loose, and they just flew off when I was flying. So it happened to me twice, and it happened to me on these gym fans as well. I had to use floss to put these in, and yeah, these didn't work out at all. I was getting a bunch of flutter and vibrations, and I think it was because of the floss. It was kind of making the prop unbalanced. But I didn't have to use floss for these. They pushed on like a 65mm prop. But like I said, just taking them on and off, and playing around with it, they got loose, and they weren't as tight of a fit, and they just flew off on me. But these are the best props that I like to run on them. They run really smooth, have a lot of control, and it's a really light build. Yeah, this build is 52 grams. So yeah, I really liked it a lot, and I tried on the pyros too. The pyros run really nice. I still get, it's not really flutter with these motors. I noticed that the pyro props work better with these 1103 Hyperlight motors. Yeah, we're gonna go on and talk about batteries that I was testing out on this quad. So first, I tried the 302S, and man, I had really good punch with it. It was really light. It's a really lightweight battery, so it just took off when I used this. But the only drawback is that you're not gonna get a whole lot of flight times. You're gonna get a little bit under 3 minutes. I was getting about 250. 255, somewhere around there, and I had to drop it because it was running really low. But yeah, it flew good. I like the way it flies with this lightweight 302S, but of course you're gonna sacrifice flight time. So then I tried the 2S 550, and it flew really good. I had a really good punch with it, but it did make my motors hot. So I think the extra weight of this 2S 550 was a little bit too much for these motors, and it's the heaviest 2S out of these three that I have, or these other two. So I scrapped this when I stopped using this. Only flew like a couple of flights with this, so I stopped using that. And then I tried it with the 3S, and of course, yeah, the motors did get hot with this. So I didn't fly it a whole lot. I did a few runs, and it's not that much of a difference. It's you get more control, and you don't have to be on the throttle as much, but it does make the motors hot, so I didn't want to risk it. And I mean, it flew really nice. I really liked it. And you have more snap, more control, and you get that control of a 3S battery, which you don't get with the 2S battery. And yeah, so I stopped using that. I didn't really use that too much. So then I went with these 2S 650 GMBs. So I got better throw and better flight time with this battery. I get about 4 minutes of flight time, maybe 4.5, depending on how hard I am on the throttle. So if I'm not killing the throttle, I'm just flying normal, I can get about 5 minutes just cruising with this battery. But I don't have a 452S, and I really wanted to try this build on a 452S, but I don't have it, and I think it might be the sweet spot for this quad, or even a 520. But I got the 650 because I was scared that the 450 I wasn't gonna get enough flight time. But the 450 is lighter than a 650 2S. Yeah, I got the throw and everything that I wanted in this 2S 650 and the flight time, so it's the best of both worlds. But I'm thinking maybe the 450 may be even better on this build. Also, I forgot to tell y'all that this build, it runs a 16x16 stack and also a 20x20 stack. So you can put either or on this build, and you'll be good to go. And I want to open this, but it's a pain to open. So pretty much you're gonna have to unscrew all these 4 screws right here. And I'm just gonna shoot up some pictures of this build so y'all can see how it looks from the inside, and get some ideas and how you want to build this if you decide to get this. I really like it. The control, the power to weight is crazy on under 60 grams, 52 grams, and it's pretty amazing that the power that this has on a 2S. And on the footage, it just looks so clean and so smooth with these props, running these props. that's pretty much it about this build. It's pretty much my new 2S Ripper and my favorite 2S Ripper that I'm gonna be flying for a while. I really love to fly it, and it's a whole different experience from using a 65mm prop jumping up to a 3-inch prop. It's no comparison. The feel, the control, the power that you get off a 3-inch is it's not even comparable to a 65mm prop. I just want to thank Tomo for sending this out for a video review. I really appreciate it, and just want to let him know he made an awesome looking frame. FPV is life, and I'll see y'all guys on the next one. Out of here.
Close till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll see the horizon, turn us to thousands.